In a dramatic and devastating blow to Russian logistics, the Ukrainian armed forces successfully targeted a Russian military train convoy, destroying a locomotive and causing the loss of significant military assets. According to Ukraine's Southern Defense Forces, the strike eliminated 13 tanks and more than 100 units of armored and automotive vehicles, marking one of the most impactful single strikes on Russian supply lines in recent months. The details of the operation, now referred to internally as Spiderweb 2.0, have shocked both Ukrainian observers and Russian military correspondents alike. Notably, some of the most damning commentary has come from within Russia itself. A prominent Russian military blogger described the incident as absolute madness and condemned the apparent failures of Russian counterintelligence and operational planning. Another shocking failure by our special services, the blogger wrote. There is no point in staying silent anymore. The enemy blew up a locomotive that was transporting tanks, dozens of armored vehicles, and military transport equipment. Perhaps the most astonishing detail of the operation is the alleged method of drone deployment. According to Russian sources, hatches on grain transport wagons opened during movement, releasing drones that attacked the military equipment loaded on adjacent platform cars. It's unclear who came up with the idea of sending military hardware along with grain wagons, the Russian blogger lamented. It's also unknown how Ukraine's security service managed to hide the drones there. The first strike reportedly targeted the locomotive itself, causing the train to lose speed and eventually come to a halt, allowing the drones to finish off the remaining hardware without organized resistance. Satellite images reportedly confirm the scale of the destruction, with a large fire visible at the strike location. The blaze, captured by thermal imaging, indicates the intensity of the attack and the resulting detonation of fuel and ammunition stored aboard the military vehicles. In the aftermath, Russian war correspondents have demanded accountability, calling for an investigation into how such a large shipment of military equipment was left vulnerable to sabotage. Someone must be held accountable for this, one correspondent insisted. The operation, while still shrouded in operational secrecy, illustrates Ukraine's increasing ability to wage asymmetric warfare far behind the front lines. It also underscores the vulnerabilities in Russian military logistics, especially when combined with overconfidence, poor compartmentalization, and underestimation of Ukrainian ingenuity. Ukrainian forces have captured a former commander of a Russian Caspian flotilla minesweeper. Captain Lieutenant Oleksiy Mamayev was taken prisoner near Tyotkino, Kursk region, where Ukrainian troops advanced and seized Russian positions. Once commander of a Caspian minesweeper in 2013, he was serving as a platoon leader in Russia's 165th Battalion at the time of capture. A video of the interrogation was published on the Butusov Plus YouTube channel. According to Mamayev, combat activity in his unit's area intensified in early May. His company commander ordered him to establish an observation post on the outskirts of Tyotkino, near a cemetery. When we dug in, they were supposed to bring us food and water at the crossroads, so I sent 2 men to get it. 3 of us stayed. I kept digging in, they set up a position for me, and the other 2 monitored the situation. One of them told me, "Guys are coming." I looked out. They were running in cartoon edgy slang for multicam camouflage. Looked like ours. But the sun was blinding, so I couldn't tell for sure. They looked the same. Then they shouted, "Come to us." They ran up, ordered us to put our hands up, searched us, took everything, tied me up, and threw me into the trench, Mamayev said. He went on to describe the weapons at the post. 1 machine gun, 4 magazines, and 4 additional ammunition boxes. After graduating from the MV Frunze Higher Naval School in St. Petersburg, he joined the Navy. He served for 6 years in Dagestan as a minesweeper commander before being dismissed for alleged failure to fulfill his contract. According to Mamayev, he had fallen out of favor with a superior officer promoting his associates. Mamayev was allowed to return to service in 2024 on the condition that he first serve in the infantry. Ukrainian tactical aviation carried out a precision strike against a concentration of Russian infantry and an ammunition depot in the southern direction. Footage of the strike was published by the Sonyashnik Telegram channel. According to the post, the attack was conducted by a MiG-39 fighter jet using a French-made AASM Hammer precision-guided bomb. The video shows the munition hitting a building occupied by Russian troops, followed by a large explosion. The blast also triggered a detonation at a nearby ammunition depot. On June 7th, Ukrainian Aviation also struck a facility reportedly used by Russian FPV drone operators targeting the Kherson region. The French AASM guided bomb, similar to the US-made JDAM, upgrades standard Western-style freefall bombs into precision-guided munitions. Unlike JDAMs, however, AASM kits feature a built-in rocket motor that significantly extends their range. Depending on launch altitude, AASM bombs can hit targets up to 15 kilometers away from low altitude or up to 70 kilometers from high altitude. There are two primary variants: the Hammer 250, designed for 227 kilogram Mark 82 bombs, and the Hammer 1000 for 908 kilogram Mark 84 bombs. Testing of the heavier variants is scheduled to be completed by the end of 2024. AASM kits can be equipped with various guidance systems, including inertial, GPS, laser, or infrared. Safran, the system's manufacturer, adapted the AASM for Ukraine's MiG-29 fighters in just 4 months. Since 2023, France has delivered several hundred of these bombs to Ukraine. Technical modifications were made to allow integration with Soviet-designed aircraft, including the Su-25 and MiG-29. In 2024, France exceeded its planned AASM production by 40%, manufacturing 830 kits. The company has stated it is prepared to double output if demand increases. Ukrainian border guards from the Steel Border Brigade struck Russian positions on the Kursk front. Operators of the Vampire UAV delivered precise hits on 3 shelters and destroyed a Russian vehicle. The Steel Border Brigade is a specialized unit within Ukraine's State Border Guard Service, formed during the full-scale invasion to bolster border defense and rapid response operations. Known for high mobility, strong discipline, and coordination with the armed forces, the brigade plays a key role in securing liberated territories and resisting enemy breakthroughs along Ukraine's frontiers. Ukraine's 414th Magyar's Birds Brigade stopped 2 Russian mobile fortresses in Donetsk. Officially the 414th Strike UAV Brigade, part of the Ukrainian Marine Corps. They began as a company in early 2022 and rapidly expanded. Battalion, regiment, now a full brigade, specializing in attack drones, electronic warfare, remote mining, reconnaissance, and fire correction. Operating FPV attack drones, including fiber-optic controlled models immune to jamming, they've struck tanks, IFVs, rare artillery like the 2 S-23 Nona SVK, logistics convoys, and more, within active sectors like Kurakovy and Pokrovsk in Donetsk. In late 2024, they began deploying fiber-optic drones that bypass electronic warfare barriers, enhancing effective range and targeting despite added cable weight, marking an advanced leap in drone warfare capabilities. Under Major Robert Magyar Brovdy, the brigade combines lethal tactical strikes with video releases aimed at degrading enemy morale. Their success includes destroying hundreds of Russian assets, and they've logged over 1,100 drones in use. On June 3, 2025, Brovdy was officially named commander of Ukraine's Unmanned Systems Forces, taking charge of all drone and robotic units beyond his brigade. A Ukrainian special ops team carried out a raid in Russia's Kursk region, taking out 4 Russian soldiers and capturing another alive.
Вы можете сдаться. Мы вам гарантируем медицинскую помощь, еду, воду. По вам не буду стрелять. Сдавайтесь. У вас есть 2 минуты. После этого начинаем штурм.
активізовується артилерія, наші подальші дії. ГЕЦ на підльоті також. Чуємо Гедза. Як прийняв?
Ukrainian special forces have intensified cross-border raids into Russia's Kursk region, targeting military infrastructure, radar systems, and fuel depots. These operations are swift, coordinated, and often carried out under cover of darkness or with drone support. Units infiltrate Russian territory, destroy key assets, and extract intelligence or prisoners, then quickly exfiltrate before reinforcements arrive. These raids serve both tactical and psychological purposes, disrupting Russian command confidence, stretching defenses, and proving that Ukraine can strike beyond the front lines. Russia rarely acknowledges these incursions, but local panic and damaged facilities confirm their growing frequency. The U.S. Air Force's 53rd Wing has officially established its first experimental operations squadron, marking a key step in developing and fielding unmanned escort aircraft under the Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program. The squadron, which had operated as a detachment since 2023, has now been expanded to full unit status, the 53rd Wing announced. This is a crucial moment for our armed forces, Colonel Daniel Lahosky, commander of the 53rd Wing, reported. The Experimental Operations Unit embodies our desire to rapidly innovate and provide our military with the most advanced tools to dominate the future battlefield. They are ready to reduce risk in a simultaneous environment and deliver capabilities faster. The unit will be central to testing and refining human-machine teaming concepts for unmanned fighter jets, operating in realistic training environments. Our goal is to create a shared combat ecosystem that is more agile, adaptable, and effective, Lieutenant Column Matthew Jensen, commander of the new squadron, shared. This will allow our forces to dominate the future battlefield and achieve decisive advantages in complex, contested environments. The unit will integrate with the Virtual Warfare Center and the Nellis Joint Integrated Test and Training Center to conduct advanced simulations and evaluate the intangible elements of the CCA program in a virtual environment. It will also run live flight experiments to validate simulation results and optimize tactics, equipment, and operational procedures. The CCA program envisions drone aircraft operating alongside crewed fighter jets like the F-35 Lightning II, functioning as reconnaissance assets, electronic warfare platforms, or additional missile carriers. The Air Force plans to deploy more than 150 CCAs by 2029. Under the broader Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) initiative, the U.S. Air Force plans to field 200 sixth-generation fighters, designated F-47, and up to 1,000 CCAs. So far, 2 prototype aircraft developed under the CCA program have progressed to functional prototype status, the YFQ-42A from General Atomics and the YFQ-44A from Anduril. According to U.S. Air Force naming conventions, Y denotes a prototype, F a fighter, and Q an unmanned aircraft. Once in production, the Y is removed from the designation.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comments section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.